Listen, we've all been there, even yours truly. The awkward silence after an unexpected fart, or that uncomfortable feeling of being bloated. In today's video, I'll discuss 3 reasons why you may be having excessive gas and bloating, and I'll give you 4 actionable tips you can do today to beat that bloat. Stay tuned for number 4, which is probably the most important tip I recommend. Let's talk about poop. Howdy y'all, Dr. Islam here, aka your poop guru and gut microbiome expert. I'm a board certified gastroenterologist trained at the Mayo Clinic. Consider subscribing for more information. And if you're looking for other ways to beat that bloat, check out my previous video on probiotics or how to beat that bloat, a specific video on that. Check out the link down below. So when it comes to gas and bloating, there are 3 main reasons why people have this issue. Reason number 1 is the foods that we eat. So what you eat can produce what you are producing, literally, the gas and the bloating. And we know that there's certain foods that are known to do this. But even healthy foods can make you feel bloated and gassy. And beans and legumes are the classical ones. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. Beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. There's actual truth to my gorgeous singing. Beans are great for your heart, they're great for your body, they're great for everything, but they do make you gassy and they do make you fart. They're rich in fiber, which you know is the foundation for gut health. They're rich in complex carbohydrates, which are the type of carbohydrates we want everyone to try and have. However, they're very challenging for people to digest, including me. When I have beans, when I have legumes, guess what? It ends up being a fart factory. I end up being that fart factory. The reason that this occurs is that as they reach the colon, it can be difficult to digest, so they stay in your colon, they ferment, produce gas, and get you bloated and gassy. Food number 2 are cruciferous vegetables. Once again, we're going down the theme of healthy foods that can produce a lot of gas. These are foods like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. They contain great fiber, which you know I love. However, they can cause a lot of gassing and bloating for the same reason that beans and legumes do as well. They specifically have a sugar called raffinose. Raffinose is hard to digest, so as it hits the colon, it can produce a lot of gas and bloating as well. Food number 3 are carbonated drinks. Now come on guys, you know this is obvious. If you are drinking drinks that have a lot of gas, guess what? You're gonna have a lot of gas in your belly. Now, sometimes I know I have to spell it out for you, but this is very important to recognize. I drink a lot of carbonated drinks. I love diet drinks. However, I know that when I do that, I'm gonna burp. I'm gonna have gas. I'm gonna be bloated all the time. And so put that connection together with you as well. And don't forget, this also includes sparkling water. This can produce a lot of gas and bloating for a lot of my patients. They don't even realize this. The number 4, milk and dairy products. So many of us become lactose intolerant as we get older, and we don't even realize this. Milk contains lactose, which is a specific sugar that typically we can digest when we're younger. But as we get older, like everything in life, things start to break down, and you actually lose the capability to break down this enzyme. You actually lose specifically what's called lactase. So when you lose lactase, that milk stays in your gut to produce a lot of gas, bloating, distension, and it can ferment in your colon to produce all the feelings that you don't want to have. Reason number 2 of why you may be gassy and bloating is the pace that you eat. Did you know that if you are a sloppy eater, you're just shoveling down food, you're actually shoving down a lot of air as well? A lot of people don't realize this. Now, in our fast-paced world, we are trying to always be on the go. We're always moving and eating and moving and eating and doing things. But the faster that you eat, the more air that you swallow. It's actually called aerophagia. So you actually swallow a lot more air than what you realize. And because of that, you actually put that gas in your belly to cause a lot of gas and bloating as well. And the reason number 3 is that you could have an underlying GI issue you may not even realize. So a lot of GI conditions can produce gas and bloating, whether it's irritable bowel syndrome or IBS, or dyspepsia. Sometimes even heartburn or reflux can manifest as gas and bloating as well. Or there could be some sort of obstruction going on inside your small intestine. So an underlying medical condition can also predispose you to produce a lot of gas. This video is sponsored by Lubbock Gastroenterology. This is my GI clinic based in Lubbock, Texas. Our passion is to give our patients the best comprehensive care in this area. And we try to focus what we can to do things naturally, whether it's a functional medicine approach, a natural approach, or ways that we can tailor medicine to make you feel better. So if you want to see us at Lubbock Gastroenterology for all your GI needs, call this number or contact us through our website. We can schedule you today to get your GI tract back on track. Now that we talked about the reasons why you're having gas and bloating, here are some tips that I recommend that you can do to beat that bloat. So tip number one, let's talk about the food choices we want to try to incorporate in our diet. Remember those foods that can cause gas and bloating? Well, guess what? I'm not gonna leave you hanging. I'll give you alternatives that you can eat instead to prevent that gas and bloating. So for beans and legumes, an alternative would be quinoa, lentils, or tofu. These are also plant-based protein that are packed full of fiber, packed full of complex carbohydrates, have a lot of vitamins and minerals, and are not known to cause gas and bloating. Another tip you can do is that you can actually soak your beans, which actually prevents the gas and bloating to occur as well. So number two, cruciferous vegetables. What can you eat instead? Things like spinach, kale, or zucchini. These are nutritious, but they have lower levels of raffinose, which, like we mentioned before, contributes to a lot of gas and bloating. Number three, carbonated drinks. It's pretty obvious here. Don't drink drinks that are carbonated. So have some plain water, add some natural flavors in there. Just make sure you don't have anything with bubbles in there. The number four, milk products. So have lactose-free milk, have almond milk, have lactose-free yogurt. It's very important to realize what actually has dairy, milk, or lactose in it. So it's not just milk alone, it's ice cream, it's cheese. And if you can't get away from that, you love that, you want to have that, have a lactate pill. It actually gives you the enzyme you need to digest that dairy. So another tip that we recommend is actually having mindful eating. And I mentioned this before, but so many of us are just rapidly eating and going as we go. Be mindful what you eat. Take your time. Enjoy the food. Slow down. I know it's crazy, I'm telling you to slow down, but you need to do this. Enjoy what you're eating, chew a lot. It can actually change how you feel when it comes to eating as well. Next tip is incorporate regular exercise. Your gut loves to move. Yes, it wants movement, and it needs that movement to push things along. So if you have a GI condition like constipation, IBS, movement is not only a treatment, it actually can help out when it comes to other issues as well. So incorporate movement every single day. Even if it's something as simple as going for a walk, do that to allow things to pass through easier. And then lastly, an important tip that I want you to know is try to incorporate probiotics. Whether it's probiotic supplements or even probiotics in foods, adding that additional bacteria into your GI tract can get you feeling better, to give the reinforcements that you need, and to help out when it comes to gas and bloating. So foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi have both good prebiotics and probiotics in them. They can help change your gut microbiome and get down to the root cause of why you're having gas and bloating. So here's my call to action to you. Try to incorporate these tips to help out when it comes to gas and bloating. Let me know in the comments down below what's worked, what hasn't worked, and try and get your gut taken care of. So here's my question of the day. Before you go, I want to know from you guys. Tell me what you have done to help out when it comes to gas and bloating. Let me know what you guys did to help beat that gas and bloating as well. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want more help with your gut, come see us at Lubbock Gastro where we can take care of all your GI needs.